Hello, welcome back to the Football Chat Podcast. It is episode number 37, I believe. Yeah, that sounds about right. And today we're going to be discussing West Ham and how they can challenge for Champions League football, maybe even the Premier League title next season. Now, we're recording this on the Saturday. It's currently 4 p.m, so all the kind of midday kickoffs are going on throughout. So if you hear him cry because Aston Villa concede a goal, I know they are 3 up at the moment, but that can change quickly with Villa. And Burnley have a thing of turning around. I know Lukaku's on a madness, but yeah. So we'll talk about that throughout, kind of, because we want to talk about the scores. But yeah, the thing of the podcast is how West Ham can challenge for the Premier League title next season. This is going to be a shorter one today, as we're putting this out on the Tuesday. Our normal podcast will be out on Wednesday, where we'll be continuing our little alphabet of the world's best players. So yeah, that'll be out tomorrow. So don't fear, that is coming. We're just yeah, exactly that. We're just doing this today because I want to discuss West Ham after the Europa League loss. It's really gutting. I mean, I'm sorry guys we weren't live. I was incredibly sick like an hour before we were supposed to go live. So that wasn't great. But we're back now. Yeah. The stream on Saturday went really well, didn't it? That we haven't done yet. That was a good one. Yeah. Got millions of viewers. But yeah, the time we're recording, we're currently on 444 subs. So if you haven't subscribed already, make sure to do so. Currently like 56 off 50, so that's fun. Yeah, all going very well. Good to be back from illness, and yeah. But with West Ham, it was incredibly disappointing to see them go out to Frankfurt, because we did watch the game off air. It was, yeah, they didn't seem to really bring any fight to it. I think the biggest thing was they didn't have quality and depth to make changes, and they need to invest in their squad because it's not deep enough when injuries occur.
Yeah, I mean, Cresswell did not help in the slightest.
No.
By getting sent off and then conceding, and then David Moyes got sent off for booting a ball into the crowd.
Yeah.
And then
I think though Frankfurt a very good side, very underrated, and I think their manager's incredibly talented. I really like that guy.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I've said it. Well, the one thing I have said about it, I've talked to some people about it, and I have said I do think if West Ham had gone to the London Stadium in the second leg and were losing 2-1, I think they'd have turned it around.
Well, that is something I wonder. Should like big European knockout 2-leg ties be played either 2 legs at like neutral venues, or one game at a neutral venue? So at a stadium that isn't in the country of either of the two clubs. I get that makes it logistically difficult for the fans and stuff, but would it make it more fair that nobody gets a home advantage? Because I do think it's a massive advantage playing away first leg, playing home second leg. Yeah. And we've seen that this season, because I don't think Real Madrid would have got past Chelsea.
Or City.
If they played it that way around. Yeah, City as well. So that does play a part, I think.
Yeah. I guess it just has, yeah.
Whereas, of course, I know Liverpool have had home. I know the Villarreal game was home leg first leg, away leg second.
But again, it showed first.
Equally, that was such poor opposition in comparison.
But also, talk about home leg. It looked like Villarreal were going to turn it around at home.
Yeah,
but then they didn't.
They definitely should have, based on the first half performance. Yeah. But yeah, I think that could be an interesting idea. I have seen this was on the Athletic, so I'm not taking any credit for this, but the concept of a kind of festival of football week going on, like a Champions League week. So you'd play the semis at the start of the week, as they are on the Tuesday and Wednesday. Then you'd have like the Women's Champions League final on either the Thursday or the Friday, the Youth League final, and then eventually you'd all build up to this big Sunday night with the Champions League final. And, you know, would that be better than having this long, drawn-out process and stuff? I don't know. I don't really know what I think. I really don't like the fact that you're taking away 2 semi-finals and just getting 1.
Yeah.
I don't think
second legs are big.
I like 2-leg semi-finals. I just don't know. I think there's some level of
I think that's the argument as well, you know, because you look at second legs, you think in England, no second legs in the FA Cup. Whereas in the Carabao Cup, we do have second legs. I also think,
and that means that home advantage is a massive thing. Yeah. I think home advantage is a big problem.
Because I think I prefer the one like for the FA Cup, it's one semi-final, it's played at Wembley, and if it's level, it goes to extra time penalties, rather than do the whole two-legged thing. I think it's a bit different for Europe, because obviously home advantage is a lot bigger in Europe, because you haven't to travel.
I disagree, because I think in the FA Cup,
I don't know.
if you have just one leg, for all the games before then, obviously, say you've got to go to like Kenilworth Road, that makes a huge difference. We saw Chelsea really struggled against Luton, because that is an incredibly tough place to go. And, that's why we see big upsets. I do think, though, with it, I think there's an air of, if your team is good enough to win the Champions League, you should be able to take any circumstance and beat any team.
To be the champions of Europe, to dominate Europe, you should be able to win anywhere in Europe.
Because as much as luck of the draw obviously plays a massive part.
Yeah, you look at Liverpool's run to the final. But yeah, I do think...
And then you look at Real, who genuinely deserve to be there. But equally, it's just luck of the draw. You can't take that out. There's nothing you can do to stop that unless you seed it all purposely, but then it's pointless.
Yeah, but I do think in West Ham's case, I think it did not help him to go away from home and try and win. And then Cresswell getting sent off was just not what they needed. That's the second time. You got sent off in the quarters against Lyon. You got sent off in the semis. I don't really know what he's doing. I don't know whether it's the pressure or
I remember the one against Lyon didn't deserve a red card in the slightest. I remember being very pissed off about that one. I didn't actually see the second one because we only started watching the game at half time.
I've seen the second one. For me, they're kind of both the same thing. The second one's a little different because they're
the same thing, but they're quite different.
Second one was a bit of a 50-50, and I can see why it was a red card because the ref originally on pitch gave a yellow, and then VAR told him to send him off.
Okay. Well, yeah, the first one, I just remember it being a load of chaos.
One, it wasn't a red card foul, but it was the fact that if Dembele hadn't gone down and hadn't been fouled...
So I don't think it was a foul.
Again, it was a 50-50 foul, and obviously if you give the foul, it's then denial of a clear goal-scoring opportunity, which then means it has to be a red card.
I thought it was quite obvious that he dived, but...
Yeah, but I don't know. VAR don't like to thingy, like they don't like to change decisions because of diving.
On next point, is David Moyes a good enough manager for where West Ham want to be now and where West Ham want to go?
I definitely do. I really like David Moyes.
Interesting.
We've seen what he did this year in Europe. Yes, he lost a bit of his temper and booed a ball into the crowd.
He hit a ball boy, didn't he?
No. I think...
Something like that.
But the ball boy, I don't know what he's doing, to be honest. He didn't hit anyone, but he's just being stupid. I really do like David Moyes. I think definitely Champions League wise, he'd be alright. I think if we're looking at if we're looking at it from a West Ham to win the Champions League and win the Premier League, obviously definitely not, and their squad is very far from that. But if we're talking about getting them into the top four and maybe getting, to get in the groups, maybe come even if they get third and not, but say they got through the round of 16 stages, do I think David Moyes could do that? Yes. Do I think they could get any further than that? No.
You think David Moyes could get him for a Champions League group?
Maybe not Champions League group, I do think he can get them there.
To the Champions League?
The whole point is, we're talking about is can they challenge for Champions League football next season? I definitely think David Moyes can put that West Ham team in the top four.
So I'm of the opposing opinion. I don't think he's as good as Klopp, Guardiola, Tuchel, Arteta, Conte. I don't think he's in that debate at all. I like Moyes, I really do, so it's hard for me to go not good enough. I think keep him another year. He's not done anything wrong yet. If West Ham underperform next season, off he goes.
I think he can do that step into the top four, but then they will need a new manager for the next step, which will be actually challenging in Europe. Challenging in the Champions League.
Yeah, in terms of who would come in and fill that role,
that's the problem, you got to find how to do it.
I think you look abroad or at Graham Potter. I think Potter's an incredibly good manager. I know he's not as experienced as Moyes, but I think he's a lot better at keeping his cool.
I think
Moyes is too emotional. I think at times
West Ham will need someone with European experience.
And that's why I would
Because
suggest...
the highest Graham Potter's been is Brighton.
Yeah, that's why I'd suggest Christophe Galtier.
Yeah.
I think he'd be a very good manager for him. I think maybe if France would change their manager, then we look at Didier Deschamps.
Where's the old Lille manager now? Because I know he's not there anymore.
Who,
is he?
Jovelin Gorsiniak? I don't know. Can't remember
he's
why.
in there. I don't know if he's got a job.
I know Galtier went Lille to Nice, and then Lille brought in Gourvenec, right?
No, Nice brought in, I think.
Really? I thought... Because it was... Lille had Galtier in it last season.
Yeah,
I'm
hang
fairly
on.
sure, and he did really well. And then but he'd already agreed a pre-contract before he went. And Jovelin...
He's still at Lille?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
I'm not sure he was for their group stage game when they played Chelsea.
The round of 16 stage.
Oh.
They played Chelsea. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I
that's what I'm
was
saying.
there.
I don't think he was manager. No, never mind. Maybe he is.
It's because on your foot manager save you've replaced him.
No.
That's why he's gone.
For Chelsea, for the Chelsea game, I don't think he was managing Lille.
I remember him because we couldn't pronounce his name.
I don't think he was there, but okay.
Okay.
Clearly he is, but...
Yeah, I'd look at a Galtier, I'd look at someone like that.
European experience. Do you think Zidane would ever go?
No, I don't see Zidane being really fond of moving to East London. I don't see that, or West London, wherever the Olympic Stadium is. I can't ever remember. I think you also look at, if you're looking at European experience, does someone like maybe Pochettino?
That's about to say Pochettino. Yeah. I wouldn't like in terms of I'm talking European experience, like
Yeah.
He obviously took Tottenham to the Champions League final.
Ronald Koeman.
Yeah, that's a shout. There's a few options. There are options for that next step, but I think for next season,
Sarri.
Keep Moyes. No.
Why not?
No, well, okay. Well, I don't. What has he really done in Europe?
Sarri.
Yeah.
Should we have a little look?
I don't know. I didn't like Sarri at Chelsea.
Yeah,
really
but
didn't.
So
His
what?
signings,
Sarri
his
was.
sales, his.
I mean, Sarri won the Europa League with Chelsea.
Yeah, but I could do that.
No.
Well, not me, but any manager could
He's
do
currently.
that.
I only joined Lazio this year.
I think David Moyes could do
Unlikely he'd want to move immediately.
They got knocked out, didn't they? They got knocked out in the
Yeah.
very early in the Conference League.
Yeah, he didn't do anything in Europe with Napoli. He did finish runner-up though, like 40 times.
No, they got knocked out by Porto in the. Oh dear. Very early.
Porto, a tough side though. Very tough side.
Right, yeah, round 16.
It's another option.
So
Conceição of Porto.
Yeah.
If Ten Hag hadn't gone, then I think you look at him. Maybe.
Jose Mourinho.
What's Joachim Low up to these days?
Germany.
No.
No, he's done.
Hans-Dieter Flick's there. Yeah, but then I think he'd be interested in hopping back in for the right job.
I don't know.
I don't think Lowe's raids a packet. I'm just checking he's not got a job.
What's he done? Best thing he's done is Germany.
This football says he's still there, but I know it's Hans-Dieter Flick, right?
Dieter Flick might be taken over by the Euros.
No, he is. He is in the job. I think maybe because Lowe. It says Lowe is in the job as well, but they can't both be managing.
I just don't. I think.
Hans-Dieter Flick's the manager. I think
the
they
best
just
thing
have
done is manage Germany
Lowe
for a bit, and they got smacked around by Brazil.
What won the World Cup in 2014?
Yeah, again, that's very different. I think managing at a national level is so different to club level. So different.
Yeah, what did he do before Germany?
Nothing.
Austrian Vienna, Innsbruck, Augsburg, Fenerbahce and Stuttgart in the late 90s.
I love how you say that like that's something promising.
No, Fenerbahce are a good side.
They're in miles off. I'm talking, Jack, we're talking about
Fair
going
enough.
far in the Champions League, not winning the Turkish Super League.
Yeah. Yeah, someone like that would probably fit. Maybe a Nuno Espirito Santo?
No.
Why not?
I'm talking European experience.
Porto.
Someone is gonna win them. someone's going to get them far in the Champions League.
Nuno was at Valencia, then Porto. Just 1 year since away for them. They did a good time at Wolves, and then about 5 minutes at Tottenham.
He was awful at Tottenham.
They got no investment.
All right at Wolves. No, definitely not. I'd stick with
Emery.
Yeah. Not a bad shout.
I think it'll be.
But I don't know whether he'll leave because I think Villarreal will go dominate the Europa League.
I don't think he's. No, they haven't got any European football next season.
I think that'll help them. I think they'll do well domestically. Or he won't.
We know Emery never does anything domestically. That's what I'm thinking. Villarreal can struggle next season. Emery, at the end of next season, comes in if Moyes doesn't go do a good job. Mm-hmm. The other big question, of course, when you're talking about West Ham, is should Declan Rice go or should he stay? What do you think? I mean, obviously, as a Chelsea fan, he is the most highly linked with Chelsea out of all the clubs. I know United are also somewhat interested.
Price for me, because I think West Ham would happily take 100 million, 150 million.
Yeah, they've valued him at 150 million, which I think
stupid.
Is very stupid. No one's going to pay that. They'd be looking more at anywhere between 70 to 100. I think West Ham would probably go 100 at lowest.
They'd take 100 million for him, so I think he'll go. I think if someone comes in with the right price, he's gone.
I think they need to be wary as well, because Rice has 2 years left on his deal as of this summer. If he lets that go another year, Rice becomes a 50 mil player. If they let that go another year, they let him go on a free. So they do need to think about that. Because if West Ham aren't going to deliver Champions League at the end of next season, Rice will leave, which is very problematic for them. Because is it better to sell him now at 100 or like 90, or wait until next season, hope you get Champions League, and then get him to re-sign a deal?
I'd sell him.
Yeah?
No, I wouldn't. I think you've got to take, because I do not see 90 million. I don't know.
I think for the right price, you have to let Rice go this summer. If anyone's willing to pay more than 100...
anyone's going to pay the right price. So no one's going to pay more than 100, and they're stupid.
I think that's too much for him, but for West Ham, that's exactly what they need.
Well, they won't go then.
I would argue the 100 mil for Declan Rice makes a lot more sense than the 100 mil for Jack Grealish.
Yeah, but Jack Grealish is... That's just... No. That's... That doesn't make Declan Rice good though.
But what I'm saying is, if someone's willing to pay 100 mil for Jack Grealish, surely someone's willing to pay 100 mil for Declan Rice. No, I don't,
because not everyone's like City and has loads and loads of money.
Yeah. As a Chelsea fan, I like Declan. I don't think he's worth that kind of money. I'd rather get Tchouaméni for 70, if I'm honest.
Definitely, it's way too much.
But then if Declan's 90, then... Well, the options. I don't want Rice to be our statement signing. If Bowley wants to come in, make a big signing, obviously now confirmed as the Chelsea owner, which is brilliant. They just need to sort out all the little bits, and then he's actually in office. By the way, it's 3-0 Southampton now. 3-0 Brentford, not 3-0 Southampton. They haven't got rid of 2 goals.
Still the Hassan Kamara.
No, I know. I saw Kamara's red card. But yeah, I really hope Bowley's statement signing is not a defensive midfielder.
No.
Because if that's all we get in this summer, then we're going to struggle next season. Our statement signing should be an attacker. Because hopefully we can sell Lukaku for at least 80 to PSG.
At the end of the season, the only defensive midfielders West Ham will be Rice and Soucek. They can't afford to let Rice go this year, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, the merry-go-round's going to be interesting. Because PSG... If Mbappe stays, Real Madrid has suddenly got a lot of money to work with.
No, you won't go with Rice. Rice won't go.
No, I don't think Rice, but they're going to look at what options they can get. By the way, Wolves have just scored, so that's not great for Chelsea. I had Reece James on a bloody clean sheet in my fantasy team as well. But yeah.
No, as long as I got subbed off anyway, I don't care.
Yeah, I was going to say, your team is in the bin. But yeah, I really don't know what... Because I think the only way Rice leaves is if Chelsea are going to cough up the money. I think the only way they get that money is if Lukaku leaves. I think the only way that Lukaku leaves is if either Inter find a fucking golden goose...
Or PSG leaves.
Or if...
Which they have.
Well, they haven't. Mbappe's set to sign a new deal with PSG, so... I don't see now where Lukaku's going to go.
What's the point?
unless United
I don't
fancy
think
having
Rice
him
is going
back.
anywhere. Not this season.
Probably not. I mean, I've put him on my list. Should we go through who we're going to buy, who we'd buy and sell if we were Karen Brady's assistant?
Yeah.
Head of recruitment, not assistant. Assistant would imply we're just making her like tea and checking her water and energy bills and.
No, I doubt it. Water and energy bill.
Oh, they might
They don't
help.
go home with her, do they?
No, but still, they might like go. Oh, you got this bill you forgot to pay. So, my jacuzzi bubble bath. That is
Karen Brady
annoying.
doesn't strike me as a person.
It's late on repayments. Yeah. That would be brilliant. Just billionaire.
Businesswoman.
It can't be. Yeah.
Doubt she's late on her bills. Anyway.
Hasn't paid the
nice
rent on a
start.
house she owns.
Start
Go on.
sales.
So are you saying Rice sell or keep?
I'm keeping Declan Rice, but I am making
Interesting.
£54 million. So first, I'll lose Fabianski, Noble, Fredericks, and David Martin.
Probably preface this with we are starting with a budget of 40 mil.
40 mil plus whatever you get from sales.
Of course.
But yeah, so I'm losing Fabianski, Mark Noble, Fredericks, and David Martin, all on end of contracts, not renewing them.
Fair
And
enough.
then selling Masuaku for 5, if I'm lucky.
I think people will be willing to pay that.
Fornals for 40, and then Issa Diop for 10. That's it.
I think Fornals is a very interesting sale.
I do as well.
I love Pablo Fornals.
I do, but that's the thing. I think I looked at all the attackers and I was thinking, who is most likely? Who's most likely to get the most bids? Who's most likely to be the most wanted? And also, I didn't want to sell Bowen. Didn't want to sell Ben Rama. So out of Fornals and Lanzini, looking at the price,
Yeah.
I'd rather sell for it.
Again, similar to Rice, I don't think they'd sell him for less than like 70.
Fornals?
You've got to remember who we're dealing with here. This is David Gold, David O'Sullivan, David
Moyes.
Sullivan and Karen Brady. They are in the business of making West Ham one of the biggest teams in the world. They're not going to be letting their best players leave on
but
cheap.
if we're thinking like that, there's no point doing this rebuild because we're not going to sell anyone because they're all valued. Masuaku's now going for 50.
No, well,
Diop for 100 if you're lucky.
I think Diop's interesting. Why do you not rate Diop?
He's rubbish.
Are you bringing in a replacement for Fornals?
I am.
Are you bringing a replacement for Diop?
I am.
Ooh.
I'm not putting in a replacement.
And you said, Ogbonna, you're not renewing his contract.
No, because I've also got a
You
replacement.
better have a lot of centre halves coming.
I'm bringing in 2 and I'll start my centre half.
Alright.
I've got Dan Axel Zagadou on a free. More just a backup option.
Yeah,
And then
they need them. Based on the fact Soufal's played centre half.
I'm predicting
Quite a lot this season.
Everton to go down. Which
Right.
So I have Mason Holgate at £20 million.
I think if you're going to buy a centre half from Everton, why is Mason Holgate the one you've gone for?
He's the best centre half.
No, he's not. He's the worst.
Godfrey's not good. I think
Godfrey's quality is going to be a lot more than that, though.
No, exactly.
Mina's
That's what
quality
I'm
is going to be
saying.
more than that, though.
I think for the best price and who's most likely to want to leave, I'm saying Holgate.
Yeah, I just don't see. I don't see Mason Holgate as the step forward for West Ham.
Well, then I can't go buy bloody Rudiger, can I?
I think Diop's better than.
If we're looking at Champions League
No,
football,
but
left, right, centre backs, who am I looking at? I'm looking at Rudiger, Christensen. Well, I'm going to say Christensen.
Pau Torres?
He's not going to. Why would he leave?
They've not got European
would
football
rather-
next season.
I think that Zuma and Dawson are better than him anyway. I'm looking at backup
Wow,
options.
interesting.
Like people that can do a shift in the Premier League when Zuma's knackered because he's played Champions League.
Knackers.
You get what I mean?
If he's injured, Mason Holgate starting against
Real Madrid.
Real Madrid.
Sure. Oh yeah, I would.
You want to witness a murder? I think Zagadou would be ahead of Holgate in the pecking order.
Well, sure, chuck him in then. I'm not saying just start Holgate. I'm just saying Holgate is an option.
Yeah.
And in terms of that, I will be paying Areola's fee to bring him in on a permanent. Not the only goalkeeper I'm bringing in. Jordan Pickford for 40. I did debate it's a little bit low. But
He's just been relegated. If anything, it's going to be like he might have a clause in his contract that's relegate. He wouldn't. Everton don't have relegation clauses.
40 million for Jordan Pickford. That's more max budget. So that's the most I'd spend on him.
Yeah, I wouldn't spend 50p on Jordan Pickford.
I think he is a very good goalkeeper, but I think he'd rotate with Areola.
I think he's incredibly overrated because he does well for England.
I think he's also done really well for Everton at points this season. I look at the game against Chelsea.
Chelsea had a good game.
I look at the game against Liverpool. I look at the game against Burnley. I look at the game against Norwich. I look at the game against Palace. I look at the game against Southampton. I look at the game against Brentford.
Okay. If you think about... Right, so we're saying this is Champions League. If West Ham are playing against Real Madrid...
Areola.
And you've got... Oh, he's injured.
Right.
And both Dawson and Zouma are injured.
Right.
It's just going to be...
Obviously, because that's what's going to happen.
Benzema's up against Holgate, Zagadou, and then Pickford in goal.
Well, okay, no, but
they'll break the record for goals in a minute.
No, okay, so but you can't look at it like that because if you're saying, okay, I need centre backs that are good enough to stop Benzema, I need a back to Van Dijk and Rudiger and a goalkeeper of like Courtois, Ederson, Alisson. I can't do that, can I? I'm West Ham. I'm not going to rock up to Liverpool and go, can we take Alisson and Van Dijk, please?
Sell Declan Rice for 200 million, you might just be able to.
No chance. I'm being realistic for West Ham.
Right, what else you got coming in?
My other 3 free transfers. I've got Jesse Lingard on a free to replace Fornals. I really like Jesse Lingard. I think he's great at West Ham. I still think he's a good footballer.
I think Fornals is better.
Rotation option with Antonio, I've got Andrea Belotti. Obviously, a couple of years ago, he was linked with Chelsea. Very good striker. Everyone thought, all 50 million quid, here we go.
If you're going to Everton to steal Holgate...
I looked at Calvert-Lewin.
Do you not have a little look over and go, we should probably get one of their 2 strikers who's going to be really good?
I did already debate. I looked at Calvert-Lewin, I looked at
Ekitike.
Ekitike,
something like that, isn't it?
Ekitike, that's the one.
Yeah, that
Ekitike. But I think Ekitike is more likely to go United, or Newcastle, and
what do you think of Darwin Núñez?
I also looked at Núñez, but I thought not paying 50 million for him.
Interesting.
And then the other one was Sergio Roberto because he can just play everywhere, and he doesn't start at Barca. I still think he's all right. He's part of La Remontada, so
that's the one signing I think that I really like of yours.
Roberto.
Yeah, I think West Ham obviously need midfield cover.
He can play at right back.
They don't need right back cover, but that is an option.
I'm thinking about shifting a lot of right back over the left back.
Okay, you're right.
Like Ben Johnson, because I've only got Cresswell. I forgot, because I looked at left backs. There's no one.
Rob out Ryan Sessegnon on a loan.
There's no one.
Matt Target.
Shut up, no, Matt Target. Sorry, you took a piss out of me for having Pickford and Holgate and Zagadou in the Champions League. You want bloody Mohamed Salah running Matt Target. You want Vinicius running the Matt Target.
Well, why is Vinicius now on the right wing?
Because if I saw Matt Target on the left back, I'd play everyone on the right wing.
Yeah, fair enough. No, I wouldn't play him against Liverpool, but against Luton he could do a job.
They're not in the Champions League.
No, but
Messi just running at Matt Target.
Marked about the game, mate. Matt Target's a unit. Wait, Brian Bertrand played in the Champions League final as a left midfielder. I think Matt Target can do a job at left back.
That was impossible.
I know, and Ryan Bertrand's only got worse somehow. No, he's not. He's all right career. Right, is that all for you?
That is all for me.
Right. Well, Karen Brady's fuming because you flushed her money down the drain.
No, I haven't. So I had 40. Yeah. I've sold for 54, 55.
And you've bought 4.
So I've got 95 and I've spent 60. So I've got 35 million profit.
Spent just 5 mil of... No, you haven't got 35 mil profit. You've got 35 mil left, so you've made a 5 mil loss.
No, think about it.
Yes, you had 40 mil. You've brought in 54 mil.
I have.
So now you're on 94 mil.
She doesn't care.
What, about £5 million spent on...
She's got millions and millions and billions. She's not going to worry about 5 mil being spent on a world-class centre-back called Mason Holgate.
I think she might mind.
No, she won't. Areola. She's watched Areola. He's class.
How are you going to tell David Moyes that you've just spent 20 mil on Mason Holgate?
I think Mason Holgate is a very good centre-back.
I think that's an interesting opinion.
I think it's a great opinion. What are yours?
I was going to say, can I run through mine? I've made 105 mil from sales. I've sold Declan Rice 100. I've sold Masuaku 5. Then I've let Martin, Noble, Bonner, Yarmolenko and Fredericks go on a free. Recouping 105 mil and getting a load of deadwood. As for buying things, I think Fabianski on a new contract is massive. Areola for 10 mil.
I prefer Pickford.
Bring him in as well. I think Areola and Fabianski have done really well this season. I don't think there's any need to change that.
Pickford is much, much better than Fabianski.
I think you're very wrong.
I don't think I am. That's not me being biased because he's English. Because I love Polish people.
Then I really like how West Ham have recruited wingers in the last few years from Championship side. So I looked at Brennan Johnson, I looked at Keane Lewis Potter.
I looked at Keane Lewis Potter, but I think he's going to Tottenham.
Okay. I then went instead for Anthony Gordon, 20 mil. I did what you did. I had a little trip down to Everton.
Yeah.
I went. Mason Holgate. He's just been fucked by Anthony Gordon. When I'll take Anthony Gordon, and you were stood there going, "Wow, what a defender!"
I did look at Ismaili Sarr from Watford, but I thought bit much. Because his market value is like 30-40 million.
Yeah, well, I think Gordon for 20 mil.
Yeah.
Absolute steal. Bring a quality left winger.
Todd Cantwell, and then realised I should not be looking at Todd Cantwell.
And then Ben Rama, I think will get a move to City at the end of this season for like 70 mil. So then Anthony Gordon can fill that spot.
That's one person I forgot.
Who?
I was also thinking about bringing Billy Gilmore in on loan.
That you've just looked at my sheet and said that, haven't you?
No. I went Norwich. And you know my centre mid crisis. I've only got Rice. That is the thing. I've only got Rice and Souček.
Yeah, because
I can't even
I've got
read
the same
that from
problem,
it.
but I've let go of Rice, so I'm left with just Souček. So to remedy that, I've brought in Boubacar Kamara on a free.
He's going Villa
From Marseille. He's not. He's going West Ham now.
Villa.
If you get a choice between the side that are 15th and the team that are 5th, you're not going to the side that are 15th.
No, I'm telling you now. Coutinho, Ings, Buendia, and then a midfield three of Ramsey, Kamara, and McGinn.
Lewis has just
European
been shafted
football.
there.
Yeah, he's going.
Okay. By the way, Villa did concede late on, but they did win 3-1.
Don't care. I've got any Villa defenders in my team. We still won.
Wow.
Villa!
Then I have brought in Billy Gilmore on a loan. I think that's a very key deal. I think they need backup, and Billy needs another loan move, in my opinion, before going to starting at Chelsea. Then I got Josh Brownhill from Burnley because I think they could get relegated, and if they don't, that's a big step up for him. And Brownhill's an absolute baller. I've spent 25.
I'm not having this. You took the piss out of me with like Mason Holgate as
Brownhill's a baller.
You're putting Brownhill up against Modric and Kroos.
I'm starting Souček and Kamara.
So they get injured, right? They all blow up and dead.
Blow up. And then Gilmore and Brownhill, yeah.
Against Modric and Kroos, and you took the piss out of me for starting Holgate and Zagadou against Benzema and Vinicius.
Brownhill's going to learn from Noble, who's going to be a coach now.
No, I'm getting rid of him.
What, killing him?
He's going to Dundee.
Okay, harsh. Then in terms of other deals, another free signing, I've got Dybala. I think they need a big statement. If they want to be in the Champions League, they need Champions League quality players. I think Dybala is exactly that. He can play attacking mid, either of the wings. He can always also do a job up front. On top of up front, I don't think Antonio's good enough, so I've brought in Emmanuel Dennis for £30 million because Watford are going down. And Dennis has got so many goals and contributions this season.
That Dennis is better than Antonio.
Comfortably, Antonio's not a striker. Antonio just sticks his head on a few
So
crosses.
you're going to start Emmanuel Dennis against Real Madrid against Alaba and Militao?
Yes.
No.
He literally scored a double against Real Madrid a few years back for Club Brugge.
Shat on.
He's not going to get shat on.
Belotti running rings round
Belotti's
him.
never played Champions League football. Dennis has, and you're calling Dennis worse in the Champions League than Belotti.
I'm taking Belotti over Dennis every single day of the week apart from a Saturday in the Championship.
Right, new debate in the comment section down below is who's better, Andrea Belotti or Emmanuel Dennis? Then left back, I actually did look at it and go, we need to do something about that. I didn't just go, well, that's a thing. And I went and got Owen Vindal from AZ Alkmaar for 30 million. And then centre half, I needed someone to replace Ogbonna, so I brought in Nikola Milenkovic for 20 million.
That's a good one, but he's going to Tottenham.
Well, I've got him now.
No, I don't want to put him in because I said he's going Man United.
He's also not. I'm going to beat him up.
No, I said he's going Man United in the other video. So if I'd say he's going West Ham as well, he can't be two places at once.
You know, he actually was. Has to run from the London Stadium to Old Trafford. We have about 6 minutes until we need to leave. So we'll probably round up the podcast there. Yeah. This is just going out on Tuesday. We're not live tonight, but we are live the next 2 nights, Wednesday and Thursday, so make sure to tune in then. That's for Chelsea Leeds and then North London Derby. Chelsea. Hope you've enjoyed all the other streams going on around this time. Anything else? Well, podcast tomorrow. Episode 38 will be out tomorrow. We'll be looking at the F to J.
Where will West Ham finish in the league next season?
Just quick fire. What do you think?
I'm going to say P5.
I'm going to go P7. I know, mood killer.
We've both just covered a video on how West Ham can get Champions League football next season, and we've both said they're not going to get Champions League football next season.
Yeah, because they're not going to do this. They're gonna
my
invest
mastermind signing.
And I think United under Ten Hag will struggle first season.
I think it'll be awful.
They'll be 8th, and then I think Wolves with Bruno Lager will get 4th.
Wow!
Early prediction. I guess we'll do our predictions close to the time.
Yes.
Anyway, we've got 5 minutes till we need to leave now.
Champions of England, we know who we are.
Thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you at watching the podcast tomorrow. Hope that other things. See you in the live streams, all that good stuff. If you're listening on Spotify, head on over to the YouTube, get involved in all the content over there, the live streams, the hidden gems, stuff like that. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to head over to the Spotify. You can listen to the podcast rather than having to see us.
And I blind you, my gorgeous looks too much.
And on that weird note, thank you all very much for watching. See you next time.
See ya.